All right. We're walking to Walden Creek Falls near Dahlonega, Georgia. It just finished raining, so it's going to be a little bit muddy out here. But other than that, it's a nice day. It's June 6th, 2024. This is the casual hike. And we finally made it back out on the trail. This is supposed to be an easy hike, a couple of miles. Elevations are not supposed to be too bad, and the trail is supposed to be sort of like this, I guess, where it's wide. Looks to me like it's an ATV trail. But I'm trying to see to take more easy hikes if I can find them for Godfrey, because getting older, his right rear leg gets stiff after a while, so trying to find something that's not so strenuous for him. So there's a fork in the trail, one that looks like the road, one that looks more like a foot trail, and it's hard to tell on the All Trails map which way to go, but I'm going to try the foot trail, see where we go. So after the first 20-30 yards or so, it looks like this matches the trail on the All Trails map. When you're looking for trails that aren't so heavily trafficked, they're not always well marked. So it takes some effort to figure out which way to go. This one still is a nice wide trail though. So I did indeed take the wrong trail. It's always hard to tell until you get maybe a football field down the way, and then you see it is way off track. So, gotta go back, take the other trail, keep going. I don't know if you can hear that, but it has decided to rain on us. But they should be passing showers if they're gonna be like that. So if it's gonna rain. So we're just gonna press on, even though we're at the beginning of the hike. I'm not gonna turn around because we're gonna get soggy and muddy anyway. Just hope that the downpours aren't too severe. Because sometimes in Georgia, you get these deluges followed by some sunshine, but you'll get like these really big downpours for 20-30 minutes, and it'll be over like nothing ever happened. So hopefully it won't be that long, but it already seems like it's slowing down a bit. It'll keep me cool. This could be a very short episode of this podcast, because with this being what looks like an ATV road, there's not a whole lot to see. Maybe until we get to whatever waterfalls are supposed to be at the end. We'll find out. I always say that, and then I end up with like an hour of audio anyway. We'll find out, I guess. So in the first part of this trail, it's largely uphill. It's a very gradual incline, and you hit a crest and then it starts to go down. So it looks like the crest is about the halfway point. So indeed, this is a short trail. And just as I thought, the rain has moved out, clouds have moved out, and now it's sunny. But this trail is very wooded, so you're walking under a forest canopy. So it's not hot. It's just walking through shade most of the time, dappled shade. Now it is nice because the temperature's low. The humidity's high today, but the temp's low, so it makes it more comfortable. For me and this old dog. You might be able to hear the creek down there. I'm not sure if that's where we're headed, but it's a nicely rapidly running stream, creek, what have you. One day I'll know the difference. This is kind of cool. There's like a side trail over here that leads to like a little part of the stream that I was looking at earlier with the little waterfall and such. I don't know where the rest of this trail goes. It's cool though. We just kind of come out to take a look at this. Goes right underneath that road. It's a good spot for Godfrey to cool off in. Very nice. This is part of that same side trail. A little bit further up the stream. Got this really cool rolling waterfall happening. And this guy trying to ruin everybody's life. So I just got a ping from the AllTrails app telling me that I'm off the trail, even though I'm on the same wide trail I've been on. So it appears that the side trail that I walked on is not the side trail, that's the actual trail. This is one of the big beefs I have with what they've done to the AllTrails app. When you're navigating, it doesn't navigate like a car where I can see the direction in front of me. Instead, they keep the map in this wacky stationary position overhead with like an overhead view. So it's not always clear if you got to turn right, you got to turn left. And it's been an issue for a while now. I need to search for a new app because it's just too frustrating when you walk 100 yards and you're not in the right place. You know, you waste a lot of time and energy. And if this was not an easy trail, it would really tick me off. Sure enough, just after, if I just would have walked a little bit further from where I went on that side trail, I would have seen the falls. That app really, really something special. So there are two waterfalls here. We're at the base of one. I'm going to try to go up this hill a little bit more and go up by that upper falls. And then there's one sort of behind me and to my left, which we'll go check out as soon as we're done with this. So it is a little slippery and steep to get up this hill. Easier for Godfrey with 4 legs, but not as easy for me with 2. Just got to be careful. It's not that difficult. Probably getting down is harder. So here's the other waterfall I talked about, and we're going to make our way down going this way. So the way down is pretty slippery like the way up to the other one, but not as hard. And then it's pretty flat the rest of the way here. Somebody's always angry at the waterfalls. Somehow, while I was busy looking at the trail, at the falls, at the stream, I missed this fire pit. I didn't know you could just camp out here. Somehow I missed it. So that was really the highlight. That was it. But you know what? For a short hike on an easy trail, you get some spectacular waterfalls at the end, which you can get right up to. You know, if you can scramble a little bit, it requires a little bit of scrambling to get up there and down there. But that's worth it. It's very cool. And you can get right up in there. And if you were more adventurous and younger than I am, you might even try to go behind the falls of that second one, the lower falls. Because there is an area behind there where you can get behind the falls. So now we just have the uneventful, relatively uninteresting hike back to the car. At least it's not that long, and it's pretty easy. Let's go. Let's go, Godfrey. And the rain is back. Very light. Although sometimes it's hard to tell. You have to wait a few minutes to know if it's really raining, because if the wind blows, because it's so heavily forested, it sounds like it's raining, but it's not. But it actually is right now. But it's a good feeling because it's very humid out here, and I'm already drenched in sweat just from walking in the humidity. So the rain feels good. Bring it on. Especially because we're headed back, so it's not a big deal now. Well, I said to bring on the rain. Here it comes. Starting to pour. Really does feel pretty good though. All right, where it was pouring, we hit the crest. So now we're heading back. Oh, there's a little side trail there. Wonder where that goes. Not gonna find out today. So not too much farther back. And we'll call it a hike. Well, we're almost back to the car. I'd like to take this moment to mention, go to thecasualhike.com. That's thecasualhike.com. And hit up the donate button if you like any of this stuff. You can also find links to some modern podcast apps if you're listening to this audio only. This is a value for value podcast, which means that you need a modern podcast app to participate. And by that, I mean these modern podcast apps, they have wallets built in, and what happens is while you listen, you load up the wallet with Satoshis, which are micro versions of Bitcoin. Like a penny is to $1, a Satoshi or a sat is to a Bitcoin. There's a lot more sats to a Bitcoin though. But anyway, that's digressing into complicated crap. The point is, you can fill up the wallet, you know, put $10, $5, whatever you feel like in Satoshis. And then as you listen, you can set the rate, 10 sats per minute, 50 sats per minute, 100 sats per minute, whatever you feel it's worth. You can also send what's called a boostagram, which is you hit a boost button on the app if there's something in particular you like say you really like the waterfalls, the video of the waterfalls, or even the audio of the waterfalls. You'd hit that boost button, which would send an additional amount of sats, whatever you designate. And you can also send a message that way. So you can find links to those at modernpodcastapps.com, or just head to my website, thecasualhike.com, and I have links to some of my favorite modern podcast apps, which are all Podcasting 2.0 compatible. You can also, if you have questions, comments, about anything, you can send it to mail, M-A-I-L, at thecasualhike.com. That's all I got to say about that. All right, we're coming to the end. I can see the road, so I'm going to have to leash up Godfrey to make sure he doesn't run out there. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on video, thanks for listening. Subscribe to the podcast. Let me know what you think. And until the next time Godfrey and I get on the trail, go take a hike.